So when buyers are looking at your preschool, they're not focused on how much revenue you generate. They're really focused on how much money you keep. In other words, they're focused on your earnings. And if you're thinking about selling your school one day, understanding how earnings are calculated and how buyers use them is one of the most important steps you can take to maximize your valuation. I'm Chelsea Rue, the Childcare Sales Specialist, and today we're going to talk about E is for earnings. Earnings are the foundation of your business valuation. They're the starting point buyers use to decide what your school is worth and what they're willing to pay. But here's what most sellers get totally wrong. They assume that profit means the number on the bottom of their tax return. That's not the number buyers care about. Buyers use something called normalized earnings, and that's a version of profit that strips out all of the one-time costs, personal expenses, and accounting decisions so they can see the true earning power of the business. There are two main ways buyers measure earnings, and which one they use depends on the size and type of the deal. So there's SDE, or seller discretionary earnings, and that's the most common in small to mid-size sales. And most childcare businesses fall into this category. SDE represents the total profit of the business plus the owner's salary, perks, and other discretionary expenses that get added back in. So in other words, it's how much money the business generates for you as the owner. EBITDA, which stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, is more common in larger and investor-driven deals. It strips the financials down to the operating profit of the business without factoring in how you personally pay yourself or structure your finances. Think of both SDE and EBITDA as different ways to answer the same question. How much money does this business really make? Now, let's talk about one of the most important and misunderstood parts of calculating earnings: add-backs. Add-backs are expenses that you include on your books for tax or lifestyle reasons, but that aren't necessary to run the business. Buyers know that owners often run certain discretionary costs through their companies, and they add those back to get a clearer picture of profitability. So let's go over some examples of legitimate add-backs: your salary or your health insurance, your personal vehicle or phone expenses, any one-time legal fees or consulting costs, if you do a coaching group, non-essential travels or meals. And the key to any of these expenses is that they would go away once a new owner takes over. By adding them back, you show the business's true earning potentials. The normalization and leveraging of the playing field. So this process of adding back certain expenses and removing one-time cost is called normalization. It's how buyers level the playing field so they can compare your business to others and understand how it would perform under new ownership. Normalization is one of the most powerful tools you have as a seller. Done correctly, it can significantly increase your reported earnings. And since valuations are based on a multiple of those earnings, it can directly increase your sale price. This is why understanding and preparing your earnings calculations matters so much. Buyers don't apply valuation multiples to revenue. They apply them to SDE or EBITDA. So if you have higher, more reliable earnings, you're going to get a higher valuation. If you have clean, well-documented add-backs, you're going to have stronger buyer confidence. If you have transparency, that's going to lead to fewer negotiations and faster deals. So when you present a clear, credible earnings number backed by solid documentation, you make it easy for buyers to see the value in your business. Unfortunately, there are common mistakes sellers make, and it costs them real money. So some of the common errors I see are confusing revenue with profit or presenting gross income as earnings. I see a lot of overstated add-backs claiming expenses that aren't truly discretionary. I see people leaving personal expenses mixed into the books, which really damages credibility. And I see people waiting until after they list or they're ready to list to prepare a normalized earnings statement. And you know what? Any one of these can lead to valuation disputes, really tough negotiations, or even a deal falling apart during due diligence. So what can you do right now to set yourself up for success? I really recommend performing an earnings audit before you even think about listing. So here's how we would do that. We're going to review your last 3 years of profit and loss statements. We're going to identify and document all legitimate add backs. And we're going to separate those personal expenses from those business expenses. And when you work with a CPA, ideally one with childcare experience, they're going to help you prepare a normalized earnings statement. And this can give you a really clean, accurate picture of your business earning power. And it's exactly the number buyers are going to use to value your school. So earnings are the single most important number in your valuation. And the best part is you have the power to influence them. To help you get started, of course, I've created an earnings normalization worksheet, and you can download this for free. It walks you step by step through calculating your SDE or your EBITDA and helps you identify all those add backs you may have overlooked. So you can head on over to the resource library, check it out, totally free, and there's so many resources in there, and we add more all the time. And when you're ready, let's talk about how to position your school for the absolute maximum value. See you soon.